Welcome back. We are so happy to welcome our new friend because she's a friend of my mother, actually. How well did this work out? Dr. Linda Neeson. She is the dean at Kansas City University's College of Dental Medicine in Joplin. First of all, good morning. I feel like I already know you.
I know.
Because
I feel
of Mama.
like exactly, absolutely. We're great friends already.
Yes. So just quickly tell the viewers how you and my mom know each other.
So we know each other from Dallas, Texas, from the Y.
Yes.
This is where we exercise together.
She exercises.
And now that I'm in Joplin, I'm exercising in our Y in Joplin. I have to give the Y credit. I love the Y.
Yeah,
So.
we all do. That was my first job ever, too. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome.
Was at the YMCA.
Yeah.
So we're glad you're here because my mom reached out and said, oh, you need to meet my friend, Dr. Linda. She's so amazing. And you were doing something, you just started like a new program at the school in Joplin.
So yes, we started the Kansas City University College of Dental Medicine. We opened, we saw our first class started in August, this past August, and they just finished their first year. They did a great job. We had 80 students, and about 40 of them came from the four-state area, from Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas. And the goal is to basically recruit students from rural communities, educate them to be dentists so they go back and practice in rural communities. We want to try to improve oral health in rural America.
That's so great.
Well, and this might be low-hanging fruit, but why is dental health so important?
Well, you know, you're not healthy without good oral health. And it's, you know, whatever you do, it starts with eating, speaking, smiling, you know, you're just, every day you function. Think of all the things that start with good oral health. You wouldn't have your jobs if you didn't have good teeth, right?
Oh, good
your
point.
smiles,
Right, you know?
heavens, your smiles are critical to what you do every day.
Right.
You know, you don't realize, but people make decisions about people based on their smile.
Really?
And we're in a service economy. You know, the customer service is really important. So, you know, how you appear. Unfortunately, people make decisions. So you want to make sure you have good oral health. We also know that infections in your mouth can lead to infections in other parts of your body. So that if you have diabetes, for example, you want to make sure you can have dental problems because of the diabetes. If you control the diabetes, you'll have less dental problems. So you don't realize how the mouth is related to the rest of the body.
Right.
It really is. Yeah.
So you were saying before we went on camera too, you had the first year class.
Yes.
It's first year's under their belt.
Yeah.
You're also looking though for faculty and other positions as well.
So we're recruiting. So actually, a couple weeks ago, I came and spoke to the pre-dental, pre-medical students at Drury University. So they were young people thinking about a career in dentistry. Evangel University is here. We have students from Evangel. So if there are students in the area thinking about a career in dentistry, we're their home university. You know, we're right down the road. They don't have to go far from home. We're also recruiting faculty and staff to, you know, teach the students as well as work in our oral health center. And then probably the most important thing is if you're suffering from a toothache and don't know where to go, our beautiful clinical facility, which you're seeing here, that's our simulation lab where our students learn to be dentists. They practice there, and there's one of our first year students, Nikki, who's practicing in the simulation lab, learning to do various dental procedures. We do dental procedures, practice the procedures in the simulation lab before they take care of patients in the oral health center.
How long is the program?
The program is a 4-year program.
Okay.
It's much like medical school.
Okay.
First 2 years, we have an integrated basic science where they learn kind of the basic sciences, but then we tie it to clinical. Why are the cranial nerves important? Well, they're important because if you have a toothache, you know, it could be a nerve problem. So we try to link the basic science with the clinical science so the students understand why this foundational science material is important. And then they begin practicing the dental procedures in the simulation lab in the first and second year. The third and fourth year, they're in the clinic all the time, seeing patients and learning to be a dentist, much like the medical students go into the hospitals to do hospital rotations. The dental students will be in our Harry Cornell Oral Health Center.
Do you find that there's so much to learn because like you said, it could tie into other things. There's so much to learn besides just the teeth.
Absolutely. That's why we integrate the basic sciences. We had a fabulous lecture from a dentist who's an endodontist, a root canal specialist, but he has a PhD in anatomy. So he actually talked about all the the cranial nerves and how they manifest in dental problems. It was fascinating.
Oh, wow.
So that's what we're trying to do for the students. Give them the basic knowledge of the physiology and the pathology that can occur. You know, for your heart, if you had a heart valve problem, you need to tell your dentist because we need to make sure we give you antibiotics because of that heart valve problem. So the mouth is connected to the rest of the body.
That's insane. And you brought a little visual.
Yeah, look at this
Is
fun
this
thing.
something that the students would work off of, or is this more a little too large for scale?
This is more.
Can I hold this up to the camera?
Yes,
'Cause
you
this is
can.
fun.
Yes,
Look
you
at
can. You can play.
I want to.
Brush 'em,
Yes,
brush
you
'em,
can
brush.
play. It's okay.
Sorry, it's a very serious field, but we're having so
I know,
much fun
sorry.
with this.
No, this is what we want. We want people to be happy when they think about going to the dentist.
Yeah, they should, and not be scared.
And not be scared. That's exactly right. This is a model to teach, you know, children, adults, television anchors.
I know there's incisors, there's your molars, and that's all I know.
Well, that's
Canines, do
good.
we have canines?
Excisors?
No excisors.
Oh, okay.
No
So
excisors.
You're
Okay.
very good. Incisors here. Here's the canines up here.
Canines, okay.
Molars back here. That was very good.
Okay, so I know a little bit about my teeth.
You have a second career, Maddie.
There we go.
Exactly.
All right, doctor,
I love
if somebody wants to learn more about the program, maybe enrolling or becoming faculty, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Probably our website. We can go to our KCU website. If you want it for jobs, it's kcujobs.edu.
Okay.
We have, if you want to make an appointment to be a patient, it's 417-208-0805.
Okay.
0806.
Has my mom ever hit you up for free dental work?
She can. She hasn't yet.
No, but
But she can.
I did say when we first moved to Texas, Jeremy went to a dental school because back then we didn't
couldn't
have,
afford it.
Yeah, and so we always went to the Dallas one.
Oh, you went to Baylor.
Yes,
Well, it's not
the
Baylor
Baylor.
anymore. It's Texas
Yeah.
A&M.
Texas A&M, yeah.
The only thing about then was it took a long time to get in.
yeah,
Is it still the same with you guys, do you think?
If you have an urgent care, if you have a toothache, we'll see you immediately. You can walk in or you can make an appointment. And our faculty are staffing our urgent care clinic. The students will start seeing patients in June, but they'll just be learning how to do exams and x-rays and preventive services. Next year, when they're third-year students, they'll provide comprehensive care.
Okay.
So if you need fillings, crowns, that sort of thing.
Thank you so much. You were welcome back
Thank you,
anytime.
Dr. Linda.
You're a family
Yes.
friend. Come on now. Thank you so much for driving all this way. We appreciate you.
Lots more fun, including a game of password coming up on Ozarks Fox AM on this marvelous Monday. Don't go anywhere.